Hello guys, it's me Yoko. For those who don't know me, I am a Japanese living in Japan. I hope that's enough information there, but it's midnight here, so I'm trying to talk quietly, but I hope you guys can hear me. Today I would like to talk about Beyonce's performance at the halftime show of Super Bowl. And as a Japanese, I am not familiar with Super Bowl match at all, to be honest with you, but I hear that everybody in the United States watches the game, and so a lot of companies try to put their advertisement for the game, and I hope that my understanding is correct. So the halftime show, since it's been pretty controversial on the internet, I decided to watch Beyonce's performance on YouTube, and before that I made sure to watch her music video of Formation, which she performed at the halftime show. And for those who don't know about the issue much, I will try to explain briefly. What happened was her husband Jay-Z, he announced that he will donate $150 million to Black Lives Matter through the music service called Tidal, which he owns with Beyonce. And the next day, Beyonce's music video Formation came out, and it was already controversial there because you can tell by the images in the music video that she is thinking of Black Lives Matter, like she's supporting the movement, and it also has the message of accusing the police for shooting black people, and one scene says like stop shooting us. And the next day was Super Bowl day, so she performed the controversial song Formation, and she seems like she showed her support for Black Panther Party. And the hints are that she and her dancers in the back were holding their fists up in the air, just like them back in the day, and they were also dressed like them, and they also show the formation X, like Malcolm X, and Beyonce's costume was also, it had a huge X on her chest. And my opinion to everything what happened was like, WTF Beyonce, because she's trying to be politically cool, but like I understand that she's a queen to her fans, and I get it because I am I am the Destiny's Child generation, to be honest. But what I would like to ask her is, can't you see where you stand as a black person in the United States? Like, she's like one of the most well-known American singers in the world. Like, Japanese people even know her. So with that in mind, I look at her, like her performance and what she's trying to show, I feel something is just way off. Like, she's trying to fight for her community, but the president of the United States is a black man. What happens even here is that people often talk about racism, but it's mostly not about the color of the skin or whatever, it's about the matter of individuals. So I don't know why people can easily jump to the conclusion of racism, like human race. Her message is now making me wonder, like, what she thinks of white people being killed by the cops in the US, Because there are more white people being killed by the cops than black people, Maybe the ratio-wise, it's more black people, I don't know, but it doesn't change the fact that white people are being killed, and why like she ignores the facts, or she only says opinions for black people just because she's black. Like, isn't that like a racist thing to do? And in addition to that, what I like to know so badly is what she thinks of police officers being killed by criminals when they arrest them and whatnot. Because like, police officers are humans as well, and they have the right for their self-defense, right? And just because the victim was a black person doesn't mean that, it's a racism. Like, why do you go there? And I'd also like to know what she thinks of the family of the police officers that were killed by criminals, because I'm pretty sure that some of them were watching the show as well. She is sending a wrong message, as if police are evil or something like that. The biggest question I have for her is why she had to send such a political message at such a fun event like sports. Like, I got the impression that she is so narrow-minded, or her sight is so narrow that she forgot to respect her role at the show. Let's not forget that she's somebody that sang at the inauguration of President Obama. That's kind of important, and such a person like her should study politics first, in my opinion, before sending a political message towards like the whole American people watching Super Bowl. And also, she, like, first of all, she has a lot of fans in the world, but she brought up racism, which doesn't even exist. And it's like she's saying that she's proudly trapped by communists, because as you guys should know, I hope, communists bring up racism and gender equality and blah 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 to destroy the social systems made by or based on human nature. Because if they do that, it's easier for them to break out revolutions more easily. Speaking of gender equality, in 2011 she released a song called Run the World Girls, and in the music video also she was holding her fist, I can't say the word, fist up in the air together with a bunch of other dancers in the background, and she also had red flags in the background, like a bunch of them, and it looks like communism to me, and I honestly don't know if it has anything to do with communism, but it's just red and stuff. The song itself is about, telling the girls to, run the world, obviously, but in the music video she was fighting against men. And I'm like, why do you have to compete with men? Like, you're supposed to help men, right? Like, why put up a fight? Like, men and women need each other. So, I don't know why she wants to create a fight that's not there. I'm like Beyonce, just because something sounds nice, like equality and stuff, it doesn't mean that it's good, socially. Because difference is something that we should cherish and something that we should take the advantage of, and not something to destroy. Like, we're natural creatures, and it's okay to be different, We just have different roles in the society, and no matter what you do, there will be always the minority, because it's just a physical thing, it just has to happen. She decided to attack the police that are protecting the citizens using her music and using Super Bowl opportunity. Like, that's not a pro, that's so low. And I'm like, is that what adults do? Who gets happy by her performance like that, like a political performance like that? Like, it's okay if it's a political event, but it's a Super Bowl. I have to say that I am very, very embarrassed for Beyonce, because she is way off in many ways. And on the other hand, I am fascinated and proud by people like Mr. Trump, for example. The reason why I brought up Mr. Trump is because I see and hear a lot of American liberals saying stuff like Trump is the embarrassment of America. But let me tell you that to an outsider like myself, people like Beyonce are the embarrassment of the US. Like, what I would tell Beyonce is move on. Because, like, look at my country, Japan. My country was burnt on a daily basis by the US back in the day. Like, unarmed citizens, like non-soldiers here, who were children and women, they were being burnt alive every day. And this country was also nuked twice. Like, it's not a joke, even though American people say it like a joke, like, oh, I'm gonna nuke you and stuff like that. Like, it really happened here. And but I want you to think, like, are Japanese people complaining about it against American people now? No, we are proud that now this country is a traditional ally of the United States, and that we also can't appreciate enough of the security treaty that we have in between, and also the service by the US military. Like we're very very thankful for that. I don't want you to misunderstand me though. Like, I'll be honest, I have a lot of mixed feelings against the US historically, but I also know that there were a lot of different types of people back in the day, just like today. And so I don't accuse all American people or all white people, you know what I mean? Plus, there are times when I almost feel very, very angry at American soldiers or political leaders back then, but at the same time, I remind myself that those people were children of the loving fathers and mothers in their country, and also that the soldiers or political leaders or whatever, they were sacrificing their lives for their mother country, and that is such a great thing. Like, I respect that a lot. Like, I could never do that, you know. But now let's look at people like President Obama or Beyonce, Bernie Sanders, or Michael Moore. Like, whoever that is influenced by communism, they all hate America, right? Or they all hate white people in power. I'm like, give me a break. You know, I find it so wrong. And they say that they are against racism and whatnot, but to me, they are the racist one. But anyways, at least I am happy to see Mr. Trump cherishing veterans and police officers, because that's what true leaders should do, right? And the movement, Blue Lives Matter, I think that's a great movement, and that they also have black people in it, so I can so that makes me realize, like, you know, just because Beyonce and Jay-Z and some others did something doesn't mean that I should accuse all black people, you know, because people think in different ways, like regardless of the color of their skin. And also, I'm just happy that Blue Lives Matter, I think, is supporting Mr. Trump. I'm so glad that it's happening, because I don't want our ally to go to a wrong direction. And finally, I don't want you to misunderstand me. Like, I'm not disrespecting the victims of the police shooting, and my point is that I don't want people to make everything a matter of the color of their skin, because it's not. Instead, it should be about, you know, what happened in each case, or like specifically, or which social system is not working. I'm just hoping that people will actually find a way to solve the problems instead of creating problems. So let's do something to actually fix things instead of stabbing each other, because we need to live with each other whether or not you like it. So but still, about America, things in America, I can't do much because I'm not even American. But I hope that my way of thinking fit your thoughts in some way. Thank you so much for watching. I will talk to you guys later. Bye.